compressor. And the compressor looks like this. It is called the MaxCom. Okay? The MaxCom is a dual-channel compressor limiter with the BBE circuitry built in. So, what is the purpose of a compressor limiter? Can anybody answer that for me? Does anybody know what a compressor limiter does? Why does a musician or a recording person need to have a compressor limiter? And the answer to that is, yeah, they do. Whether they think so or not.
Don't all answer at once. Who knows the answer?
Come on, Sam. You know.
Free dinner for whoever gets the answer.
Well, if you're anybody here a guitar player? Okay. All right. I'm a guitar player, so I won't play my guitar with my band anytime, anywhere at all without a compressor. Why? Because the compressor you want powerful sound, yes, but you want the level of your signal to be even. And it's especially important for guitar and bass playing, okay? What happens is, if you use a compressor, what it does, it's a dynamic range controller. It makes anything that sounds loud sound softer, and anything soft, louder. Compressor. It compresses the signal, okay? If something is very loud, it brings it here, and if something's too soft, it brings it here. So if I'm slapping a bass guitar and I'm all over the place and I'm playing without a compressor and somebody's trying to record me, they're going to go nuts. Says, what's this guy doing? His levels are all over the place. I can't control this. You put a compressor on the bass guitar, it does this. He sounds fatter, smoother, more musical, and now every note he hits is even in level. It's all within a range. Okay? So,
what if he's going for that volatile effect?
What's that?
What if he's going for that like volatile effect?
You can adjust it. You can adjust a compressor, but it's still a good thing to have, especially for a bass guitar player, because it'll make you sound better. It makes you sound, your notes will sound chubbier, rounder, fuller, and that's what you want when you're playing bass. But in a recording studio, let's say all of us are singing. We're singing opera songs, and the recording engineer's over there in a booth. Hi there. And he puts a microphone right here. We're all got to sing. We've got to sing our parts. Well, how does he know that Sam is going to sing louder than Tom at any given moment? He doesn't. But he doesn't want Sam to do that. So what he does on that microphone is he puts a compressor on it, and he sets what's called a threshold. He sets it on the compressor. He sets a range, and he gets all of our voices recorded. And no matter what happens, everything on the recording comes out in the same threshold. That's what a compressor will do, okay? I play in my band a 6-string guitar and I also play a 12-string guitar, okay? With 12-string guitar, a compressor is absolutely essential. It's a crazy guitar. It can sound really bad unless you compress it because it gives off a lot of high frequencies. I like the sound of the 1960s band The Byrds, Roger McGuinn, and I can sound exactly like that. I can sound exactly like that with my 12-string, but not without a compressor. You have to have a compressor to get that sound. Pink Floyd, David Gilmour. Everybody loves the way that guy sounds in concert. You can't get that sound without a compressor. He has a compressor made for him that's handmade by his engineers just to get him that sound. You can't get that sound. You can't get that sustain without a compressor. So, why is this device called, though, a compressor limiter? Why do they always call that? Why do they always say dual-channel compressor / limiter? The reason for that is we don't know how you're going to use it. We don't know if you're going to use this box to be a compressor on your guitar, or you're a PA guy and you're in charge of maintaining the loudspeakers in the PA in the dance club so that nobody comes in as the guest DJ and blows all the tweeters to smithereens. So what you're doing is you can also use a compressor limiter as a limiter, not as a compressor. And for that, there's 2 different settings. Every compressor limiter you see on the market has a knob on it that says ratio. The ratio is how much of the original signal goes in before I start reducing it with the compressor circuit. The more I limit it, the more I turn that ratio to a higher ratio, like 8-to-1, 10-to-1, now I'm limiting. I'm not compressing anymore, I'm limiting. I'm putting a real low ceiling on that signal, so if any kind of high frequency, especially a loud one, rises up that gets destructive, it grabs it right away and controls it. Okay? So this product can be used 2 different ways, as a compressor or as a limiter, and it depends on the ratio control. on it. So, what BBE's compressor limiter gives you is 2 channels of compression limiting, but with a BBE Sonic Maximizer on each channel, built in. Why do I need that? Well, because every time you compress something, you're removing a little bit of the high frequencies.
Shrinking.
And you're shrinking. You're shrinking the highs and the harmonics. So once you set the compressor to the way you think it should be sound, and you play back your music through it and you listen to it, if you want a little more high frequency or you need a little more brightness, you can engage the Sonic Maximizer and it'll do its magic and bring out more of the high frequencies and the harmonics. Okay? So it's a little bit of both. It gives you a little tailored compression. So that's what the MaxCom is.